Hi there. It's been a while since I've done my last video about my rig. Still haven't given it a full name. I'm inclined to call it Dusty for, well, obvious reasons. But I thought since I've done a lot of work on it lately, I'd do a new tour of the rig. This is a tour of what the rig is like when it's all packed up and ready to hit the road. I'll do another video some other time when I'm at a campsite and everything's unpacked and set up, just to show you what changes I've made and what it looks like when I'm all out there off-grid. Another thing I want to point out first is that this vehicle is lived in full-time. This is my home. So much of what you see on Instagram and YouTube is staged. It's, you know, these really beautiful vans and conversions, and everything's pristine and clean, and you have to wonder where's all their stuff, because they definitely are not living in it, and it's typically just, you know, weekend warriors or people who have a home and they just go out on a few road trips and make their videos and take their pictures. So this is, I'm a full-timer living in this with a small dog, so that's why it looks like it does. It looks like somebody lives in it, and it's got a lot of gear and a lot of stuff and things that I need to survive out there off-grid. So let's get started and take a look. We'll go inside first. There's the pass-through, and I'll show you up front in just a second. But this is my fridge. Love it. It's worked great. It runs on its own for about 10 hours if I don't have solar, or at night, or I'm not plugged into any shore power. It does have a little lithium battery right there that keeps it going for about 10 hours if it needs to. Typically, like today, it's running off of the solar that's up on the roof. This is my kitchen area. Pots and pans, things for cooking. Up above is like I said, pots and pans, silverware, plates, a cabinet with plastic bags and napkins, things like that. And then this next cabinet up here has coffee, vitamins, things like that. Next to it is personal hygiene, everything I need for showers and, you know, taking care of myself. And then this cabinet down here is, I guess you'd call it my library. A lot of books, just things that I, you know, when I'm reading, and a few personal items, some hats. I think I've got a hammock in there and things like that. The bed is something that's new. I used to have like a jackknife bed on the side. I took out cabinets that were right here and was able to put a twin-size bed in here. It's an Ikea bed frame that's been flipped upside down, and then a 6-inch memory foam mattress inside here. Let's see what else. And the reason I did this also is just comfort, but also just a tremendous amount of storage underneath now. And I'll show you that when I open up the back doors. On this wall, I have the charge controller for my solar. Just miscellaneous items. This is for when I plug into shore power. I can turn on the lights that I have mounted up above here. I've got little string LED lights going all the way around at night, which is kind of nice. And control for the max air fan on the roof. Bluetooth for the charge controller, just a place to hang keys, hats, lights, radio. And then on the side here is a camp chair, and then behind it is a folding portable solar panel, 120 watts, that I can set up at the campsite. This chair is it's all aluminum, so it's really lightweight. Came off of a deck of I think a Navy ship. Sits kind of low, and then I just got some cushions to put on it, and works great. I can take it out, fits through the door if I'm at a campsite and I want to set it up there, but usually I just leave it here. And it's great because I can just step right here, and it helps, you know, when I'm climbing up into bed. And my dog likes to jump from here up, use it to get up onto the bed as well. This toolbox is my dresser drawers, essentially. I've got jeans and pants in the bottom drawer, t-shirts in this drawer, socks and underwear in this drawer, and just personal, you know, this is kind of like where I keep flashlights, my GoPro, when I want to get to it quickly. Just small items, kind of everyday carry items. It's a great way to put those, and then it all locks up. It has a handle on the side, which is great for a towel as well. Next to it is my Midland solar generator, some people call them. Basically, it's a big lithium battery that I can plug into. It's got 100 or 1,000 watt inverter, and so I can run AC DC items off of it. It charges off solar as well, and so if I need to, I can plug things into it. You know, when I'm out in the middle of nowhere and want to run things or charge things off of it. Below the fridge is just storage. This container is all my batteries, different size batteries, rechargeables, as well as some lights, solar lights, things like that I use when I set up camp. Do have the 5-gallon water right there, and then on this side there's 3 gallons of drinking water under here. I haven't actually used this. It's full of drinking water, but I haven't. It's kind of my reserve. And then this is just where I hang, you know, jackets and a backpack and hats and belts and items like that. And then this cabinet, up here on the top is where there once was an air conditioning and heating unit. Took that out, and now it stores my aluminum camp chef stove. And there's also a griddle underneath the stove, an iron griddle that I can use. It's secured pretty well with this netting. And let's see. This cabinet opens up these 2 doors, this one and the one below, on the inside and the outside. Top shelf is pretty much mostly my dog's supplies, her food, and then laundry stuff. Bottom shelf, actually I'll show you all that when we go on the outside. So that's pretty much it, I think, on the inside here. Let's go ahead and take a look on the outside. As I said, this cabinet opens up on both the inside and the outside. Dog stuff up here, Mr. Buddy heater, which I'm probably going to put away pretty soon. It's starting with the summer coming. This shelf is all pretty much propane. Well, a couple propane tanks. This big one, smaller 5-gallon one, and then even a smaller 1 pound, I guess. And then behind that is a bucket toilet if I need it. And then up here in this box is just everything that I need to refill this smaller container from this larger one. Below that is water, basically, a 5-gallon and a 3-gallon, and then behind that is just the plastic bags, fire extinguisher, and that's pretty much what's in this cabinet. Up front in the cab, and this is an 85, if you're wondering, 1985 Ford F350. It's got the 460, so it is a gas hog. But in the cab here, up above, there's a radio, some instruments for the batteries. I've got a CB mounted right here. WeBoost holder here that goes to the antenna on the roof. A little gauge for the level, or when I'm parking it at a campsite, it helps level it. Plus that's a speedometer, a digital speedometer, and GPS, which is kind of nice. Switch big knob for the dual batteries. I can switch between them or shut them both off, which I usually do when I'm parked for a while, just so it doesn't drain. And then most of this is first aid, security type gear, stuff that I might use for work, a battery booster if I have to jump charge the vehicle or somebody else. And that's pretty much it on the cab. There's the pass-through. Now previously I had the WeBoost antenna right here on the mirror. I took that off and put the CB antenna there. Got the folding table, which I'll show that in another video when I'm set up at a camp, that folds off the side of the box here. This box is my battery. It's a pretty small battery. I think it's an 80 amp hour, but it's hooked up to solar right now, and I just wired up a new fuse between it and the charge controller, the thermometer, thermometer for the charge controller as well. And let's look around back here. This cabinet is a full-size shovel, little sledgehammer, folding shovel, just stuff that I use for setting up camp, like stakes for the awning, and some camping gear, and then a lot of metal detecting gear. My metal detector's in here, and this is a long past our cabinet that goes all the way through. That's why I'm able to put some longer items in here. And I'll open that up just a second. Let me go around. This side of the rig is more utilitarian. This box has a lot of items, chemicals for the vehicle, spare parts. I try to carry as much as I can in case I do have a breakdown and I have to fix it myself. But this is where the oil, the antifreeze, brake, power steering fluid, cleaning supplies, things like that go in here. This box has towing gear, leveling blocks, just items that I use also for work, such as the flags and the cones that I set up when I'm at a work site or job site. This is what, when I did an interview with a Korean YouTuber, he said, "Oh, this is your garage." And I guess he's right. This is where my generator is, a fuel tank. Eventually I'll mount something on the outside and the back. The electrical line for shore power, and just a lot of tools. nuts and bolts, electrical supplies, more tools, vacuum, my drill, and then just a lot of, you know, extra paint, sealers, adhesives, tape. Pretty much, there's an air compressor back here. So this is kind of my garage, I guess you could call it. Again, I like to always be prepared. And we will then look at the roof. And that's where I've done a lot of work since my last tour video. I did add the dash cam up front and the backup camera, so there's a small camera right there, which is awesome. When I'm driving down the road, it's always, I can see what's behind me because I can't really use the mirrors to see directly behind me. Plus it's recording, and it's come in handy when I was in an accident for insurance reasons. I did recently get a new ladder. Instead of mounting a ladder to the rig, I just can carry this, because this allows me to move the ladder around the vehicle to access different things. So let's go up here and take a look at the roof. So recently, and it's kind of dirty right now, dusty, but recently I cleaned and coated the whole roof with Henry's roof sealant or coating, which you can get at Home Depot. Then I added, let me go up a little higher, a Renogy 100-watt solar panel, which is tiltable. I can tilt it in that direction or tilt it back the other way, depending on where I'm parked. There's my max fan. I added these two roof racks, and they're made for Ford Transit. They're made for a flat roof, and I really wanted to use my rain gutters, but on this side there is no rain gutters because of the awning that I can access. So this actually mounts flat, so I bolted it in, plus used adhesive, and I use it to carry this Yakima rocket box. And that's kind of my attic, or that's kind of extra storage. Items that I don't use as often, or only when I'm at a campsite, I will put them in there. Lighter items, I don't want to make it too top heavy, but that has really freed up a lot of room inside the vehicle. Also attached to the rack is the WeBoost antenna. So I'm really happy. I do have room up front where I can add more solar. I could even on the side here, although I kind of want to leave it open. I'm not sure what I'll add here. Maybe a mount for like a mountain bike or something next to the box, the Yakima box. I do like this ladder. Let me get down off of here, just because it is compact when it's all folded up. I think it's maybe 32 inches, might even be less, and it supports about 300 pounds. And I like it also because when I want to get into the box up there, I just want to lean the ladder right here, so I can get into that box easy. Or when I want to tilt the solar panels, I can just lean it up over here against the awning up there. Alright, so you can see that I lowered the ladder, and pretty compact, so I'm pleased with it so far. I opened up the back door so you can see what's in the rear here. And as I said before, this is just a Ikea bed, and it's a bed frame that's just been flipped over. It's got the slats, which are nice. and fits into that area. And then there's the headboard, which, like I said, would normally be on top. And because of that Yakima box on the roof, I now have a lot more room in here. I do have containers with, you know, extra food, extra supplies. This box right here is my Julka, and this bag that goes along with it. Hot water on demand. It uses propane, and it's got a pump, a sink, and it basically works as a sink for washing things, you know, kitchen sink, as well as a shower. It's got two separate heads. The shower, I have a shower tent from Julka also, and it's up in the box up there on the roof, the Yakima box. So when I set up camp, I take that out, hook everything up, and I can take showers whenever I want, hot showers, completely enclosed, and that I'll show when I do another video for the camp video. Other things in here are just camera gear, just small items that I store, and I'm using just this netting basically to keep it all from sliding around. And the shovel, or the steps, these are ladder, I should say, it actually fits right next to the dresser, or the toolbox there, that black toolbox, and it sits right there, perfect size. Just the bed frame holds it, keeps it from going back and forth, and so that's a great spot to put it. Dog's bed right here. She likes to sit here and look out the back windows, which is nice for her and for me when I don't really want her up on the bed. But there's plenty of room. Like I said, if I need to store more items, these foam pieces that are covered in like the metallic tape, I can put in the windows. They're great when it's really cold. They help insulate, and even when it's hot out, they help keeping the sun out. Although I also have blackout curtains that I can use as well for privacy and to help keep the heat in or out. So you can see the walk-through, or the pass-through, all the way up to the front. I can access this back area from the inside there, or from the back doors. Another item that I plan on eventually doing is getting a hitch that goes into the slider hitch here that will hold the spare tire on the outside, and it'll probably hold like a jerry can or two as well, but that'll free up a little more room when I don't have this tire in here. The dog's bed can go over, and just more room inside. But I'm really happy with the whole setup now that I made some changes. It's getting pretty much where I want it, but as you can see, this is my home. It's comfortable for me. You know, it's not beautiful, it's not cute, any of that. It's just it's livable for me and my dog, and it serves a good purpose. Lets me get out and be off grid, travel, work around the state. A lot of the items that I purchased, I try whenever possible to buy from directly from the manufacturer or the company that's selling the items. However, a lot of them I've had to go to Amazon just because of the better pricing, quicker shipping. So those items I've put all together in a like an Amazon storefront, and I'll put the link to that below. So if you're looking for anything that and you want to see what I've bought, then you can go to that, and I do get a little commission, I guess, if somebody buys anything, but not much. So anyway, that's just where you can find these items if you're interested in them. So thanks for coming along on this tour. I've got to go close all the doors and put everything away. I'll do another tour when I'm at a campsite all set up, probably in a week or two. But I'm happy with what I've got here. This is my life, and living on the road as a nomad. Been doing it a few years, and I'm right now in the Phoenix area, and it's March and it's already getting pretty hot, so I'm looking forward to heading north again. I spent some of the winter out in Quartzsite, and as it warms up down here, I'll be heading up north to Prescott and Flagstaff area, and maybe even further north somewhere, maybe Montana. But I'll keep you all posted. Thanks again for watching my videos, and I hope you're doing well.